Hi, my name is Tara Blair. I am a occupational therapy student, and we were given the challenge to consider a hobby that we have that could be used in treatment to benefit mental health. So I began to reflect on what I use as a hobby that increases and improves my own mood. And that would definitely be music. So I love music. I actually taught myself how to play the piano whenever I was 19 years old. And it's something that I turn to help boost my mood and increase my focus. It has a lot of really great benefits to it, and it's very multifaceted. So whenever I think about the piano, it does challenge a lot of different things. It's going to challenge the right side of your brain, which is all about creativity and, doing new things. And then on the left side, it's going to be more of the organizational and planning part of your mind. And you definitely have to use both in music, and having that cohesion between your right and left hemispheres of your brain is very important. So with that being said, I could definitely sit and try to teach you how to play an instrument in 10 minutes on, this video. And I can definitely kind of show you some very basics and how the keyboard works. But I think it would be more helpful to kind of simulate similar movements and things that would benefit you, whether you're going to decide to play an instrument or not. So some of the things I'm going to look at is neuroplasticity, which just means making new neural connections from right to left, using various exercises. We're going to look at some finger isolation and different things that could kind of be what we call a preparatory activity to get ready to play the piano. And then I'll show you a couple of basic chords and that sort of thing that you could try. So the first thing that you can do is like I said, you're going to need to have really good coordination with your hands, good what we call manual dexterity. So this is a really good activity. What you're going to do is you're going to take a fist and you're going to go out with your pinky and thumb. You're going to close it in, and then you're going to go to the opposite side. Excuse my pinky, I broke it a long time ago and it's crooked, but I'm going to do my best here. So you're just switching back and forth. So this is kind of challenging for a lot of people because we're not used to using our brain in this way, but you're just training your mind on how to use both hands intentionally. Whenever we write, we're normally having one hand stable, the other one's writing. When we cut, this one's holding, this one's cutting. So it's important to you're showing your less dominant side to become dominant, to have intention with movement. So that's really important if you're going to learn how to play the piano, and learn it's also going to help increase your mood because you're stimulating, like I said earlier, both sides of your brain. You're getting to that optimal learning state. And naturally, since you're doing that, it's going to become easier to learn a new skill like playing a piano. So that's a really great one. Another fun one that you can try is you're basically playing rock, paper, scissors against yourself. So what you do is you switch which hand is going to be the winner, and you try to do as quickly as you can. And so I'm going to make my dominant hand be the winner this first time. So now I'm going to switch. See, I messed up on that one. So try that, see if you can get it quicker, if you can think of, solutions of which one beats what, how quickly. That's a really great one. So let me explain why this is really good. So whenever you're doing the piano, you're going to be doing something called the bass in your left side, and then you're going to be playing a melody with your right side. So essentially you have two different sounds that you're trying to interpret and keep track of, but then they're still in sync and harmony. So whenever you are on your left side, you're holding down what we call an octave between two notes, and then you have this happening. So that's why these finger isolation brain gym type activities are really great for prepping you for this new skill. Okay, so another one that you can do, this is actually from a program called Brain Gym. I've mentioned it a couple times, and it has been proven to help with focus and attention and also increasing mood. So definitely recommend looking into that a little bit more. But this is one of the activities. So you take your hands like this, they're facing each other. You're gonna go on either side of your arm, and you're gonna face in like this, interlock, and then come up towards your chest. So that's a great one that you can try. Another one that you can do for finger isolation is you have your hands together, and then you're gonna tap your finger either side, tap either side, either side. Okay, so we've talked about giving your less dominant hand more intentionality, where it becomes almost like you're dominant, like you have two. So that's what we're gonna do here. This is another brain gym activity that would be great to correspond with learning to play an instrument. So what you're gonna do, this is called double doodles. You're gonna have two markers, pencils, pens, whatever you wanna write with in each hand. And what you're gonna do, and I hope you can see this okay, is you're going to start making shapes, and the key is you wanna go in the same direction. So we're gonna try to make a circle. Okay, so you see how I went around at the same pace, okay? And you can try to do square. You go down, and you go over and up together, and then close. So what happens whenever there is, you know, some difficulty with that correspondence between right and left, and this just takes practice, but sometimes what happens is you get kind of mixed up while you're making these shapes. So this might be what happens. You're doing it, and then, you cross over. Or you start accidentally making one shape instead of two, okay? You could also do a triangle, trying to go down and over, trying to make a diamond. Ooh, got tangled up on that one a little bit. Okay, and then the most difficult one is gonna be to make the letter, the number 8. So we're gonna do a figure 8, and you're gonna start here, and you're gonna act like you're making an S, and then you're gonna around and close. So what might happen on this is while you're going around, you get a little bit mixed up and you end up crossing. See that a lot, and then they don't know how to get back and close. Okay. So those are called double doodles. They're really great for improving your less dominant side in preparation to learn how to play a keyboard. Now we're going to tie in everything we've kind of talked about, and I'm going to show you some very basics of the piano, okay? So this is just going to be very basic. We're going to use the key of C, which is going to be all the white keys. Okay, so to find C, you're going to look where there's whenever you look at the black keys, there's 2 blacks, there's a gap, and then there's 3 black keys at the top. So find where there's 2 black, and then go to the left down. So this is C. Okay, and there's several C's across the keyboard. And they all sound similar, but just different octaves. Okay, so we're gonna put our pinky on C, and we're gonna try to rotate all of our fingers down like that. So we got C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C. Okay, so now, after you get the hang of that, you add in your right hand. We talked about earlier having both hands being intentional with movement. So now we're going to try to do the same keys at the same time, but you've gone up an octave. So find your C here, and then go up 8 keys to your next C. Okay, so we have I'm going to try to go down. Okay, so that messed up. Okay, so that's C's, and then if you're going to, let's do like a little melody. So we have our pinky on C. We're going to go up. You have one finger resting on each key. This is called fifths. So you have a C here, and you have one here. And then we're gonna take this hand and we're just gonna go, just teeter back and forth between the thumb and your pointer finger. Okay, do C again, and then whoops. So if you do any of the white keys and you're chording it, like you have this, they're all gonna sound good together because it's all in the same range. Okay, so those are some very basics of the piano. We've talked about the benefits of learning to play an instrument. We've talked about different coordination techniques that you can use in preparation to learn this new skill. So I hope that you all have learned something, and thank you for your time.